Yesterday, we are talking about Satipatthana, mindfulness meditation. We are doing here mindfulness meditation. We are trying to develop, sustain mindfulness. The Buddha in Mahasatipatthana Sutta mainly talk about the four objects, the four fields to develop mindfulness: Kaya, Vedana, Chitta, and Dhamma. When we do Vipassana practice, we begin our Vipassana practice with the most obvious objects of observation. According to Visuddhimagga, Yathapakatang Vipassana Biniveso. Vipassana practice. We begin Vipassana practice with the most obvious objects of observation. So among the four fields of this mindfulness to develop, the Kaya body is the most obvious, easy to discern, easy to see, easy to observe. Whenever Kaya arises, we observe it with effort and aiming. And at the time of occurring, at the time of arising, at the moment of arising. So at the moment of arising, apply energy and aims it and observe steadfastly. So at the moment of arising, so arising here means any kind of object. The rising and falling movement of the abdomen, sitting, touching, stretching, bending, inclining, moving, lifting, moving, placing, closing and opening of the eyes, blinking of the eyes. So whatever these bodily actions, bodily acts, whatever the object, bodily objects arises, we should observe it with effort and aiming. And we should observe it again and again, repeatedly. So Kayanupassana is the repeated observation of the bodily acts at the time, at the moment of arising. If we can observe those bodily objects repeatedly, then we develop mindfulness. So to be able to observe repeatedly, which is anupassana, again and again, the three components are necessary. In Satipatthana Sutta, the Buddha mentioned, Kaye kayanupassi viharati, atapi sampajano satima. To be able to note repeatedly the objects at the moment of arising, three factors are necessary. And these three factors are atapi, sampajano, and satima. So the word atapi, it is the compound word atapa and e. Atapi is a person who possesses atapa, and atapa means effort, virya. Person who possesses the ardent effort is atapi. So to have the sustained mindfulness, we need effort, virya. Atapa, virya, ardent effort. Effort, in Pali, it is also called virya. So atapa is also virya. And virya is the state of state of the heroic person, state of the hero. Vira nang pavo virya. The state of hero is virya. To be able to note the objects arising at the moment we need effort. Without effort, we will not be able to note those objects. So to develop sustained mindfulness, to have a good mindfulness, first we need effort. We should apply energy. In Satipatthana Sutta, Buddha used the word atapa. And the meaning of atapa, simply it is translated as an ardent effort, but it means this type of ardent effort can burn up the mental defilements. This effort can burn up the mental defilements, kilesas. So that type of effort we need in the practice. The effort is, if we have this type of effort, we could note the objects, so there will not be any chance for mental defilements to enter in the stream of consciousness. And this effort also can be called the right effort. right effort, samma vayama, one of the factor in the Noble Eightfold Path. Samma vayama, right effort. It is also called samapadhana, means the perfect effort, supreme effort. And this is also one of the factor from the 37 enlightenment factors. Samapadhana. Perfect effort, complete effort, or supreme effort. The effort for abandoning, the unwholesome states, and the effort for cultivating, the effort for developing wholesome states. We need to put effort in order to avoid unwholesome acts. And we also need effort to develop the wholesome deeds. Now you are practicing here. You are observing every objects arising at the present moment. When you are able to note those objects, it means you are developing wholesome actions, wholesome deeds. And at the meantime, you are refraining and you are avoiding, you are abandoning the unwholesome states, unwholesome actions. So effort is also called samapadhana, the supreme effort. And actually this effort is, this samapadhana effort is classified into four. The first one is effort for preventing of unwholesome states to arise. The second one is effort for abandoning of the already arisen unwholesome states. And the third one is the effort for the arising of wholesome, skillful states. And the fourth one is effort for the sustaining and increasing of wholesome states. This is also the effort, right effort, the supreme effort. So effort is essential everywhere. Effort is essential removing the unwholesome states. Effort is essential for developing the wholesome states. Satipatthana Bhavana is a wholesome deed, wholesome action. So we need, and this effort is very crucial in Satipatthana practice. Without effort, we will not gain anything. And this effort can be divided into 3 types. The first one is again Arambha Dhatu, that is initial launching effort. This is the first stage of effort. When you decide to attend this retreat, you start to prepare. You start to prepare to come here. You leave behind your families, your job, your household affairs. You leave behind and you come here. And after arriving here, you listen the instructions. You listen the method of the practice. And then you start to practice. You start to note from the primary objects and other secondary objects. So if you don't have any effort, you will not do that. You will not come here. You will not listen to the instructions, and you will not apply that instructions in your practice. You have an effort, and that effort is an initial launching effort. And here, you have a limited time for sleeping. You have a limited time to rest and a limited food. It is not like at the home here. Everything is limited. You cannot sleep whenever you want. You cannot eat whenever you want. You cannot take rest whenever you want to take rest. You have to follow the schedule very strictly. And you have to be mindful from the time you wake up in the morning. You have to start your practice. You have to start your meditation once you wake up. You have to note that wake up mind also, waking up, waking up. After that, you get up from getting up. You wash your faces, you wear clothes. Until the night you go to the bed. At night when you are lying down also, if you are not asleep yet, still awake, then you should be noting either rising, falling, or lying down. Means every second, every moment, you have to note those objects arising at that very moment. And to be able to note that, you need an effort. So that effort is called initial launching effort, Aramba Dhatu. So every time you have that effort, you are keeping on noting the objects continuously, but sometimes you might feel very tired, you might feel very bored, and especially sometimes you will think that your mind is more wandering here. You see your mind is more unstable doing meditation. You are coming here to make your mind stable and calm, but you feel that the mind is more unstable, more wandering, more thoughts coming in. The mind is more busy here. And sometimes you don't want to put any effort because you feel tired, you feel exhausted. And sometimes you might think that I did mistake coming to the retreat, especially when you have unbearable, painful sensations. At the home is more comfortable. I can be aware of everything. I can know everything. But here, I lose many things. I'm not so mindful, more suffering here. So I did mistake coming to the center. And sometimes you may just want to leave the center, give up. So at the beginning of practice, this may happen. You feel very difficult practicing. And because you are exhausted, you feel very tired, you cannot control your mind, more unstable, unsteady mind, and you did not experience anything in the practice, although you are noting rising and falling movement of the abdomen, but you didn't see anything, you didn't feel anything, just the movement. And sometimes this rising, falling also not clear. So when you didn't experience anything special in sitting meditation or walking meditation, again you lose interest in the practice and you don't want to practice anymore. So when this type of situation arises, now the initial launching effort is not enough to overcome this type of difficult situation. You need to apply more effort. You need to apply more effort. You need to boost up an effort. Only then you will be able to overcome this difficult situation. You will be able to overcome this boring mind, tired feeling, fatigue, So this is the second type of effort, Nikamma Dhatu, boosted effort. So once you are able to overcome all those hindrances, now you will become more interested in the practice. Yeah. Not only the Tina Mitta also a big hindrance, the sloth and torpor, sleepiness. To overcome sleepiness, laziness, for that also you need to boost up effort, Nikamma Dhatu. So once you overcome all those hindrances, now you will have more interest in the practice because you have already overcome those difficulties. You gain upper hand. And you continuously practice until you reach the goal. So you put again effort to reach the goal. That effort is Parakamma Dhatu, culminating effort. These three types of effort we need in the practice. So at the beginning of the practice, the initial launching effort is very important, very essential. We need to have this effort, then only the noting mind will reach the objects. So the ardent effort, the initial launching effort, is very essential at the beginning of the practice. And when we are noting, when we are observing the objects, effort alone is not enough. Effort alone is not enough. We need to aim the object. So in the practice, the two mental factors, effort and aiming. At the beginning, these two mental factors, effort and aiming, is essential. Effort alone is not enough. We have to aim the object. If we are noting the main object, rising and falling movement of the abdomen, we pay attention to the abdomen. We are focusing in the abdomen. And we put effort. We push our mind. That is the effort. The kind of driving force. Yeah, we are driving our mind towards the object. So that driving force, that effort, we have to apply that. Only then the noting mind reaches to that rising and falling movement in the abdomen. If we are only applying effort, we are driving our mind, but we are not aiming the object, then the noting mind may not reach to that rising falling movement. Sometimes the effort may be excessive, and sometimes the effort may be less. When effort is excessive, too much, the noting mind overshoot the object. And when effort is not enough, when the effort is less, then the noting mind will not reach to the object. Therefore, effort alone is not enough. We need aiming and focusing. We need to aim the object. We need to focus the object so that the noting mind will directly reach to that object of observation. Therefore, whatever the object we are noting, we apply these two mental factors, effort and aiming. And this effort and aiming helps us to overcome this laziness also. Effort and aiming helps us to overcome laziness. When the mind is energetic, active, laziness will not arise. There will not be sleepiness, tina, mita, sloth, and torpor will not arise. So having these two mental factors, we keep on noting the objects, the mind will reach to the object, the mindfulness will arise. Therefore, at the moment of arising, apply effort and aims the object, then observe steadfastly. Whatever object, whether it is the bodily objects or Vedana sensations or mind, the thoughts, or other general objects. We aim the object, we apply effort so that the noting mind will fall, the noting mind will reach on that object. That means the mindfulness is there. And we come to see the very true natures of that object. So atapi, a yogi should possess an effort. When yogi possess effort, then he is mindful now. Satima, he becomes mindful. Mindfulness is there. So in Pali, the word satima is there. Satima is a person who is mindful. So when we talk about sati, mindfulness, then concentration, samadhi, also comes together. When mindfulness is present, concentration, samadhi is also developed, satima. And when mindfulness and concentration is there, and sampajano, we will be able to see the objects very clearly, very distinctly. We come to know, we discern the object very clearly, very distinctly through our own knowledge. That is sampajana. So here I would like to talk a bit about the effort again. We all know that we need to exert, we need to apply effort, but sometimes we just can't. What to do at that time? We all know that effort is very essential in the practice. Without effort, nothing is going to happen. The Buddha also said that there are 5 factors. The 5 factors needed for the special Dhamma, yeah, to gain the special Dhamma. Among that 5 factors, 5 striving factors, one of the factor is virya, effort. So effort is one of the factor to attain, to gain the special Dhamma, special knowledge. Means effort is very crucial, very essential everywhere. And we know that, but sometimes we just can't exert. So what to do at that time? We know we need effort, but we cannot do. We cannot exert. What to do at that time? Sometimes we need to reflect our life also. Yeah. The other day, I was talking that we are very lucky to reborn as a human being. Yeah, we are very lucky to reborn as a human being. But do we really lucky to be reborn as a human being? Yes, we are lucky. In terms of, we can say we have a chance to practice this highest wholesome deed, the bhavana, especially the satipatthana, vipassana bhavana for the liberation. But rebirth itself is not a blissful actually. Yeah, jati, we reborn, rebirth. Together with jati, what comes? What follows it? Jara, yeah, Jara, the old age, and Vyadi, diseases, and Marana, death. Yeah, together with Jati, this Jati rebirth is followed by Jara, old age, Vyadi, diseases, and Marana, death. And after death, is it finished? No, another Jati. Yeah, is it finished? No, not yet. New Jati, new rebirth. And again, diseases, old age, and death. So this is the circle of rebirth going on and on. And is it very peaceful? It is very blissful. Is it happy? Happiness? So suffering. Yeah, very suffering actually. Very, very suffering. We don't know how much suffering when we reborn. We don't know that. At the time of rebirth, we don't know how much suffering is there. And we don't have a memory about that also. Yeah, that's why we cannot imagine how much suffering at the time of rebirth, reborn, or at the time when we were on the mother's womb. We don't know. But later we know. All of us have one or another kind of, all of us are suffered by one or another kind of diseases. And when we have some diseases, it is very uncomfortable. And nowadays, there are many dangerous, some diseases are incurable also. We are suffering. And when we get older and older, we have many difficulties physically, especially physically, many, many difficulties. And we also don't know yet how much suffering will be at the time of death. But seeing other people, we can say that the time of death also not easy. Yeah, is so suffering. So now we are born as human being. We cannot avoid those old age, diseases, and death. We cannot avoid. And we have to reborn again and again because we still have defilements. The defilements are not eradicated yet. There is a seed. So we will surely reborn again and again, and we will have this type of suffering. So seeing that, we can arouse a sense of urgency, samvega, a sense of urgency. Oh, I have to. Yeah, sense of urgency. This is a kind of fear, but it is not the fear associated with the anger, dosa. This kind of fear is associated with knowledge. Yeah, this type of samvega makes us to exert energy. So The proximate cause of effort, vidya, is the samvega, the sense of urgency. It's a kind of fear, but associated with knowledge. Therefore, while we all are here attending this retreat, we should make some determination. We should make some resolution. Then only we will be able to exert effort. You know, the Buddha made resolution just when he was sitting under the Bodhi tree and practicing to become a Buddha. The resolution that the Buddha made, let me see, may my skin, sinews, and bones remain, and may my flesh and blood dry up. I will not get up from this seat until I become a Buddha. The Buddha made. The Bodhisattva, not Buddha. Yeah, the Bodhisattva who is practicing under the Bodhi tree to become a Buddha, he made this resolution that may my skin, sinews, and bones remain, may my blood and flesh dry up. I will not give up, or I will not get up from this seat until I become a Buddha. This is also the kind of effort, the right effort. So here also in this retreat, we should make some determination, we should make some resolution that I will not give up. Yeah? I will try my best. I will put utmost effort, ardent effort to note every presently arising objects, starting from the main object, rising and falling movement of the abdomen in sitting meditation, and lifting, moving, and placing during walking meditation, and also in daily activities. Whatever bodily activities I'm doing, I will do with mindfulness. I will do it mindfully. So if you make that type of resolution, then only you will be able to practice very diligently, very effectively. You will be able to exert effort. And when you exert effort, mindfulness will develop automatically. You don't need to do anything to have a mindfulness. If you have effort, if you apply effort in the practice, mindfulness is there. Mindfulness will be there automatically. And when mindfulness will be there, concentration follows it. And sampajana. Sampajana is actually panya. Sampajanya. Sampajanya is actually panya, wisdom, knowledge. The knowledge will arise by itself. We don't need to do anything specifically to gain the knowledge. We just need to put effort. So that's why here in Satipatthana Sutta, the Buddha said, Atapi, a yogi must possess ardent effort. Yogis should have an ardent effort. So may you all be able to exert effort to note every arising objects. That's all for today.